Well, good evening. Good evening. It's almost 6 o'clock, but I'm going to give StreamYard a chance to let everybody know that we're here. Hope you all are having a good Sunday evening. I just got off the road, but I knew I wanted to make sure we were here. I'm later than I usually am. Y'all know I like to be in here when I say I'm going to be in here, but I'm here. I'm here. We had to get off the road, and now I got off the road, got off the road, got on my computer, and here we are. Good evening, good Sunday evening. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Make sure I got everything ready for us to run forward. See what we got for them from the market last week. What are we gonna get into the market this week? Gotta see some stuff. Okay, I think I can close that. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I do think I want trading view. Make sure we can do some charting because we look at some price action, do some technical analysis. That's what we try to do. We try to do some of those things over here. We do the best we can. Okay, y'all come on in the room. We're a few minutes before 6 o'clock, but I wanted to make sure. We're on the daily. No, we're on the weekly. I actually was going to start on the weekly chart. If people outside cutting the grass, Jesus. Yes. He finds like he in my yard. Need to be, but the yards are so close. It ain't hard to sound like you're in my yard. That's not hard to do. Let's see, make sure we're got something we can look at here. Hey Adrian, how you doing? How are you doing? Y'all come on into the room, as they say. Come on in the room. Let me make sure I add our slides. I'm not sure if y'all can hear that. I'm guessing he edging or weed eating. Sounds like he is inside my room. Whew. Even though he's not, it just sounds like he is right out the window. These are the things you deal with when you're in a neighborhood where the lot line is about this big. This big. People right. He cutting his grass. He got a fine line because 2 steps is mine. The rest of the steps is. So he getting his line, I guess, done up. Getting his line done real good. Hey, everybody. Y'all come on through. Come on through. Come on through. Let me turn on my phone so I can see comments that I may not be able to see. Want to be able to see the comments from you all. Don't want to miss anything. If anybody says something, don't want to miss it. Janae said, "Let's go USC. I'm here for the win." Is it the men are playing or the females are playing? I don't know anything about basketball. In case you were wondering, I don't follow the basketball. But if something's going on, we can comment about it. We can absolutely comment about it. Hey Tanya, how you doing? Tanya in third place in the peak bot competition. Look at here, look at here. So I'm guessing that with our peak bot competition, some of you signed up for the peak bot competition, and we're supposed to pick between 3 and 10 stocks that we believe are going to the trades that are going to be good on PeakBot's watch list. So we need to be on the peak, look at the PeakBot watch. What we found out last week, though, is that the PeakBot watch list changes once the market opens. Because if the watch list, if something is like, if something becomes too volatile, or if it's not going to provide enough premium, they take it off the watch list. So, oh, did you make 8? I don't even know where. I probably not even went. I should be up there somewhere. I didn't even look past the first few. But anyway, we have to look for the watch list tomorrow morning. We have to look after the market opens. So that way we're looking at the latest watch list, because all of us picked stuff, but we picked stocks based on the weekend watch list. We didn't pick stocks based on the 9:30 in the morning watch list. So if you're doing PeakBot and you're doing the competition that they got going where you can pick up to 10 stocks, and if each one you get correct, they give you a point, and each one that's not, or trade that's not, probably say correct. Each trade that's profitable, you get a point, and each trade you pick that is not profitable, you lose a point. So we got some people in our community who are on the leaderboard. Tanya, or Lady T, is in third place right now, and Janae says she is in eighth place on PeakBot. The Women Championship is coming. Okay, we shut up. Caitlin Clark. Okay. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. So if you are in the PeakBot challenge, we got to wait till 9:30 to make sure that the things, well, what you can do is you can pick your stocks earlier, right? But then make sure at after 9:30 that your stocks are still on the list. Because if they're not on the list anymore, then you're basically tossing away a selection or a choice. Janae says, considering the Dow fall on Thursday. Yeah, the Dow fell really heavy on Thursday, and almost a lot of us, I'm sure, got our trades going through because people just did. So that's what we'll do tomorrow morning. If I don't bring it up, if we're on the call and I don't bring it up, somebody please remind me that we need to look at the watch list so we can make sure that we get our picks in. At least we'll know what the watch list is, and you can choose from there. But you don't really have to wait for me either. You can always use peakbot.com, peakbot.com/watch lists. You can use that, and you can go look at the watch list for yourself after 9:30. If you're not on the call or you can't be here, you can look up for yourself and decide which 10 stocks you think are going to be profitable, which, one of those trades on there are going to be profitable trades. Hey, Marcia, we ready for the week? Yes, ma'am. We ready to make it do what it do. Let me make sure I got my internet on the right channel. Yep, we're on the right place. Coolly. All right. Let's get going. What did we have going last week? Last 1 week ago, right? Not quite 1 week ago, but what happened last week? Okay. Now we do know Wednesday or Thursday, one of those days, we had a huge drop, right? We had a huge drop. I'm going to share with you. This is S&P for the week last week. And do you see that of all these weeks that we've had going, that is in the way, of all these weeks we've had going, green for 5 weeks, a little bit of red, green, a little bit of a pullback. We were green for these 3 weeks, but this is a big candle. Anybody in our training, anybody in my group knows what kind of candle this is? Anybody know what kind of candle that is, and what does it signify? What kind of candle is this, and what does it signify? Let me see if we got any winners. Winner, chicken dinner in the comments. We got 5 Cash App dollars to the first person who can tell me what kind of candle this is and what it means. We got 5 Cash App dollars to the first person. Oh, I see engulfing and turn. Yep, SDZ. You got to send me an email, Arlissa at Educator to Trader, so I can send you your Cash App money. That's good. This is an engulfing candle. Bearish engulfing. Tanya, almost. You were just right behind SDZ, and I'm not sure who SDZ is, but let's make sure you send me a message. Arlissa at educatortotrader.com, and we can get you your 5 Cash App dollars. But this is an engulfing candle. Okay. Oh, you're Charlotte. Okay. I know. I got you, Charlotte. I didn't know that was you. You were STZ. I got you covered. This is an engulfing candle that basically lets us know that the market is most likely going to turn, right? Nothing's ever 100%, right? So I know, Alyssa said it was turning, and then something happens and it goes nuts, and you're like, you said, no. None of the stuff I talk about is investment advice. It's just, I show you what I see. I do know engulfing candles engulf the previous candle, and this one has done that. Generally, an engulfing candle is a reversal candle. Okay, this is a weekly. This is on our weekly chart, though. Says that on a weekly, we may be going in the other direction. Even the moving averages are starting to come together. This is an indicator that I have that shows the moving averages, and as they go apart and come together, but they're coming together basically to could be signaling soon, could be signaling a downwards reversal as well. So those two things together could let you know that maybe, just maybe, we've turning around on SPX, or at least pulling back enough to have a little bit of a little bit of go either pull back to get some more juice or to turn around, right? So this is the daily chart. This is the daily chart. We had a gap between these two, and I can put the gap here. I'm going to take it right back off because it's now been filled. But there was a gap between these two. Come on, give me the gap. Give me the gap. Let me see. Here's our rectangle. We had a gap between what's this Monday and Tuesday, had a big gap down. But then by the time we got to Thursday, the gap got filled with price action. See, the body of the candle, when the body of the candle has filled it, that to me shows it is filled. That gap is now done. So we don't need that anymore. But this big red candle from Thursday let us know that there was a serious pullback there. We had a serious pullback on Thursday, right? And it was weird because that one kind of came for no reason. It didn't. There was no catalyst, didn't know any catalyst, but it pulled back at that point. This particular day had a drop of 64 points. This is a 64-point drop on Thursday. Let's see, where do we see for some support though? I'm seeing if we were to go here, I probably would go down to this area, and you can see this candle shows us support right at 5160, 5146, sorry. And even over here, you can see that there's a lot of stutter stepping was happening even over here. And I have to try to make myself not say over here just in case somebody's not looking. But in this area, in the area of the 5146, going up to as high as 5172 and down as low as 5111. This whole area back in, looks like this was March 7th through the 19th. Looks like it broke out. Actually, on the 20th, it broke out. But the 7th through the 19th, it was still actually further back because this one here was in that same zone. It was all consolidating in this area, kind of dancing around. So when it came back to that same zone on Thursday, it basically hit it and stopped. Notice there's no wick here. Basically shows there was no more downwards pressure. It hit the support and stopped basically. And then on Friday, we had a green candle that is still in the middle of, in between. Somebody, if Jamie's on the call, maybe he can tell us. I forgot the name of when a candle is inside of the. You can call it an inside candle if you're somebody who uses the strat. This will be called an inside candle, and that's because it is completely inside of its previous candle. This would probably be a 1. If I was to turn on the strat, it would probably be a 1 because it's an inside candle. But that's what happened in SPX last week. Thursday, though, almost everybody saw this crazy drop on Thursday. Almost everybody saw that. So a lot of our put credit spread trades were breached on Thursday. Some of them recovered back on Friday. Of course, some dropped harder than others on Thursday. Some of them recovered on Friday and came back into profitable trades. But there were several of our put credit spreads that got breached last week just because of this big old drop right here. Okay, that's what we had going there. Let's go see what we have for next week. What's our next week plan? Excuse me. So here's our earnings for next week. We don't have a lot happening in earnings. I think the season will pick back up and start over again soon. But GRRR looks like maybe this is Gorilla. Gorilla is Monday morning before the market opens. Tuesday, Tilray. If you're in my community or in one of my Telegram groups, you notice I put out a link about the cannabis stocks. Tilray falls in the cannabis stock category. That's Tuesday morning. I think it's like a $2, 2 and some change stock. But folks are anticipating that the cannabis stocks are going to get up and get moving, especially as they continue to go forward with federal approval of cannabis. that you're probably going to get these penny stocks that can't really seem to get out of the gate right now are going to hop on their horse and take out for a ride. I'm not saying that anybody should or should not go ahead and invest at this point, but if you think about it, if you can invest in something, and I'm not pushing Tilray, I know very little about Tilray as a company, but I'm saying is if you can find a stock in a space that you would like to trade, and you can find out their, some of their information. I feel like some of these cannabis companies, if they're still making it along now, then, with no financial help besides just stop people buying, then they're probably going to be okay. But anyway, my point is, if you can find one or two of these little bitties that you like, and you can get it at $2 and $3, and you can ride it till it's much bigger, 10x, 20x, that may be something. Again, I'm not saying go for Tilray. I think CGC may be on that list, and Sundial, I think, is on that list. There's several that are in they're in the penny stock category. And as we move forward, people are going to be checking for them a whole lot more once they get once cannabis is federally legalized and all that good stuff. It's going to take off, because right now they can't get money, because if they can't borrow money and stuff, because the banks aren't going to lend money on something that's illegal, that's not legal. So there's that. Cognite is Tuesday morning. Neogen is Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon is I think that's AEHR. WD-40, PriceSmart. We still shop at PriceSmart when we lived in Guatemala. PriceSmart is like a Sam's, Costco kind of store. We used to shop there at PriceSmart. I didn't know they had a stock. SGH, Nauticus Robotics, and RCI Hospitality. On Wednesday, we got Delta Airlines. The airlines have been doing pretty well because they're coming up they're getting ready for summer, right? The airlines have been doing pretty good. Applied Blockchain is here for Wednesday, and Thera Technologies. On Wednesday after close, we've got Rent the Runway, which I think is like rental clothes. You can rent I don't say high end, but you can rent like cocktail dresses and stuff like that. That's called Rent the Runway. Richardson Electronics is Wednesday after close, and so is Lakeland Industries. Thursday morning before the market opens, we've got Constellation Brands. CarMax is there. I'd be interested to see what CarMax and those guys are kind of having some struggles, because the car industry is up against it right now. Fastenal is here. Lovesac, Cons Home Plus, Hooker, and NTIC, I believe this is. Those are all Thursday before market opens. And on Friday, looks like some banks are sticking back. JP Morgan Chase or JPM. Wells Fargo is Friday. BlackRock, Citi is Friday. I think C is on our list for the week. I need to make sure that we remember that. Progressive is there in State Street. I think all those are banks except for Progressive. Listen, BlackRock, I saw a piece of information today that I thought was really interesting, that Warren Buffett owns a big part of BlackRock. Now, if this is not accurate, please say something to me in the comments. But that Warren Buffett owns a big piece of BlackRock. Well, BlackRock is a huge crypto holder, or they're really big in the crypto and Bitcoin space. But supposedly Warren Buffett said that crypto and all the Bitcoin stuff was trash and rubbish. How you gonna say it's trash and rubbish and then be the majority owner of the trash and the rubbish? What are you saying? What are you saying, sir? And again, if what I'm saying isn't accurate, please stop me in the comments. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to have no issues up in here. But if I saw that stuff about Warren Buffett being a big owner of BlackRock, and then also having said that the crypto and Bitcoin and stuff was rubbish, that sounds like some bipolar messaging. Bipolar messaging. Yes, I think that's interesting. Again, check me out, please. I'm telling you what I saw, but if that comes out to be false news, I will retract. I just think that's very interesting. People go where Warren Buffett goes, and they do what Warren Buffett says. So if he's saying crypto and all that is trash, but yet while you still owning, ooh, the people, Jesus, the people. Okay, so that was all of our earnings for the week, right? That was all of our earnings for the week. Here's our credit spread list that we've got for the week. Actually, I didn't want to go there first. I wanted to go to our meetings, but let's go there. I want to go to our meetings first before I go to our list because got to see what's coming up next week first. Besides earnings, we've got some meetings coming up. There's a meeting in the stock market. Yeah, I can't say the ladies' room. That doesn't really go with what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here we go. Next week, Monday, April the 8th. Looks like we don't have anything there, which is a little shocking that nothing is on for Monday. I'm trying to make this as big as possible for this screen. That nothing is on for Monday. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Get it. Monday, April the 8th, there's nothing that's there, right? Tuesday, we've got NFIB, Small Business Index, and RCM Tip Economic Optimism. That's on Tuesday, both yellow folders. Wednesday, though, is where we got CPI. CPI, Consumer Price Index. I'm going to talk real quick about what that actually is because sometimes we see CPI, PPI, like what does that mean and who cares, right? CPI, the change in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers. The Consumer Price Index is what CPI is standing for, right? Consumer Price Index. We care because the consumer prices account for a majority of overall inflation. Inflation is important to currency valuation because rising prices lead the central bank to raise interest rates out of respect for their inflation containment mandate, right? So our interest rates haven't gone up anymore, but we've been told they were going to start going down. And then we were told kind of on the sly last week that they're not this year. Like, well, inflation isn't cooling quite like we thought it would. So it might be a minute before we bring down those interest rates, right? Folks, it might have been what spawned our Thursday issues, right? But this is CPI. So this is a consumer price index is what's going to be on Wednesday. These are all red folders, as you can tell. That's important because red folders, of course, we know move the market. They add in volatility. That's 8:30, so before market opens. 8:45, we've got FOMC member Bowman speaking. Final wholesale inventories at 10, crude oil inventories at 10:30, 10-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. That's an orange folder now because folks don't necessarily the people want to put their money there, so it's gotten a lot more interest in the middle of our inflationary times. 2 o'clock FOMC meeting minutes. Federal budget balance. This is all FOMC meeting minutes pops up at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. That's the red folder for a reason. Janae says, I don't see it in his portfolio, but BlackRock is supposedly partnered with NVIDIA. Yeah. I don't know if it's, could you be an owner of something and it not be in your portfolio? Like he doesn't own the stock per se, but could he own the company? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just tossing out questions. Those are just things that make you go, And it could be completely inaccurate. What I read could be, or what I saw could be inaccurate. And, it could be false news. 2 o'clock. So Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be the red folder day. Monday and Tuesday, not so much. Wednesday got stuff going on. Thursday, PPI. PPI is Wednesday, and I want to start Thursday. Sorry. PPI stands for Producer Price Index. Producer Price Index. Basically, it's the change in the price of finished goods and services sold by the producers. And this excludes food and energy. This one excludes food and energy. The other one is the whole thing. We care because they didn't tell us why we care. Okay, I need to go back to the other one so we can see why we care. Because the core, if we go to the full one, they should tell us why we care. There we go. Why traders care. It's a leading indicator of consumer inflation. When producers charge more for goods and services, the higher costs are usually passed on to the consumer. Dun, 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 dun. That's why we care. Because if it costs them more to produce it, then they pass that money. They're not going to eat the cost. They're going to put it right on. That's like my husband and I were talking about how you used to be able to go into the store and you could get a cup of ice for free. You can get the cup and the ice, or the cup of ice might be 5 or 10 cents. Now, if you go into like a Circle K or a Gate, they want 50 cents for that cup of ice. Now the ice is free. They want the 50 cents for the cup. right? They want, because they buying cups. They figure if you're gonna use my cups, then I don't know. Give me a minute, Ward. So anyway, you have to. They're it costs things cost more, so they pass that cost right on to their consumers. There we go. Berkshire Hathaway owns 7.6% shares of BlackRock. There we go, Tanya. And Berkshire Hathaway is owned by Warren Buffett, and that's where he buys his stuff. He buys the companies he wants to buy there. So Ward, you're saying, do I have to subscribe in order to use the same chart you employ on this screen, i.e. options purchases? No, you don't have to subscribe. You can go to TradingView. Even though if you don't already have TradingView, you may have to pay, because TradingView used to be free, but it's not free anymore. Now it's like $12 a month, so it's not expensive. But TradingView is like $12 a month now. So if you want to do that, you'll need to get the link for that. Let me find you a link so we can make sure that you have what you need for TradingView. $12.99 a month it gives you a couple of indicators, a couple of screens. I mean, they give you some stuff you can use in there. Let me see if I can view my channel. And then on Friday, we have Friday. Did I put that in there? Maybe I did. On Friday, we've got, I don't want this to start up making noise, and I knew it was going to do that. Friday, we're going to have import prices month over month, preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment, and U of M inflation expectations. Thursday, also, after we did PPI, we also had unemployment claims. Williams is going to speak. FOMC member Williams, natural gas, and then the 30-year bond auction is also going to be on Thursday. So we got a few things happening on Wednesday and Thursday. There we go. I hope the rest of it is popping up, but I don't know if it will. Let me see if I can get us there. What do we get for this link? Does it give us the rest? I don't know if it does. Feels like that's not going to give us the rest. It stops there. Okay. We looked at our calendar for the week, right? Now let's go take a look at our trades for the week. Our trades for the week. Y'all look on there. Let's see what are the things we want to review a little more. What do we want to review a little more? I'm working on you a full length while you all look at that. There we go. I'm working on a full link for TradingView. I don't know why that link is not showing up fully. Might change it into one of those smart link things. Okay, here we go. Here's a full link for TradingView. Can take these off. Delete the comment. There you go. Ward, I gave you some TradingView, the TradingView link. If you decide you're going to do, not just Ward, but anybody who wants to do TradingView, go and check out the link in order to get yourself started. All right. Look at our list. Do we have any things on here that we want to check out? Tanya has Amazon on her list. Tanya has that. Make sure that we ignore. I won't say ignore, but you don't trade C unless you know how to manage. Unless you know how to manage an earnings trade, because C is going to have earnings on Friday. Now, if you get in on Monday, you probably can close it before Friday morning. You can get in and get out. You're welcome, Ward. So we got Amazon on the list. I see Devon. Anybody determine how to figure out how it's pronounced? What else do we see that might be of interest? We looked at Oracle the other day as a team, didn't we? during our coaching call. On every first Saturday of the month, we have a coaching call for my membership, the E2T membership. We do coaching on the first Monday, Lord. On the first Saturday of every month, my brain is crossing up the words. On the first Saturday of every month, we do our coaching call. And this Saturday, we did like a trade, no trade kind of thing where we got some trades off of bar chart. And then we looked to see, did we like the strikes that bar chart suggested? And we looked at Oracle the other day, and the stocks we found on bar chart were not the ones we wanted to go with, but we did find our own. And I came up with 122, 123. I believe based on the charting, we could go with that. So we got TJ Maxx. I want to add Oxy. Yeah, we didn't look at Oxy the other day, did we? I'm adding Oxy to the list. Anything else? Well, 4 is good. Do we have any others on here we want to maybe take a check at? Amazon. We looked at Google. We looked at GOOGL, though we didn't look at GOOG. Let's go look at GOOG too. I'm putting all those on my list. Okay, so let's go check out. Let me see, what do I have here? We're already on the stage. Nope, that's not that. Okay, let's start with Amazon. Amazon. If you're in my communities, you should have seen, if you follow me anywhere on social media, you should have seen that same graphic that I just showed. It's on my Facebook page. And if you're not a part of our Facebook group, please go ahead, Educator to Trader. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/educator to trader. And join, put in an application. Fill in the questions. It's not an application. Fill in the questions to join the group, and I'll look at you. Hopefully you answer the questions, and I'll let you in. If you don't answer the questions, I don't let you in, okay? But you can find us on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok at Educator to Trader. I didn't put them on Instagram, but they are on Facebook, on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page, as well as the Educator to Trader page. And if you're in any of my communities on Telegram, you should also be able to see those graphics. So you'll be able to see the graphic that tells you which stock trade ideas we have for the week. Okay, this is Amazon. I don't know why you keep doing that. Why do you keep doing that? Let me go back to my star so I can get where we're going. Yes. Okay. We need some lines. This is the daily chart. Let's start with the weekly first. See what's on the weekly chart. Amazon has been on the move. Does Amazon have any news we should talk about? Amazon is having earnings on the 22nd of April, so a couple weeks away. See if we got any news down here on Amazon. On TradingView, you can see this little lightning bolt. Tech Titans clash. Mark Zuckerberg rises as Elon Musk falters in billionaire rankings. Big Tech has a big cash problem. Heard on Wall Street. Dollar Tree, Walgreens, CFOs snap up the stocks. Okay, none of that was about Amazon, really. It says headlines for Amazon, but none of that was really about Amazon. If we're looking at this weekly chart, which means every candle is a week's worth of data. If we're checking here, we're definitely going up, all up. Amazon getting ready to work itself almost back up to where they were when they did a split. Anybody remember what Amazon was at when it split the last time? Anybody remember? If I'm looking at zones here on the weekly chart, I would come down into this area here. Now you could just say, well, this one, the support here at 174, based on this little sword looking candle, you could go with that. But you could also put one here at this. This is going to provide up, and then it went back down. This would have been a peak partway through. So 178 is also support from where we are. Notice the wick on this candle is just above that 178. Just above that 178. This is the weekly candle. Definitely trending upwards, right? Definitely trending upwards. Let's see if we see any patterns. Not really. Just going up is what we see. We're just going up. Been a while since we were here. Let's go back and see where is some resistance in the weekly area. Well, we've got some here. think this is partway through that candle. So that one didn't. We can go to the top of this wick and show that there is some resistance from July of 2021 and November of 2021. The prices were up in this same zone then. And we're almost hitting that resistance again. We're almost hitting it again. Okay. This is a weekly chart. Weekly chart here. We see some support at the 178 area, and we've got resistance at 187 in that zone. Remember, a line is a zone. A line is not a hard turn, hit this and turn around. It's a zone. Hey, Deborah. All right. Let's look at the daily chart. Looking at the daily chart, we're looking again for peaks and valleys for our support and resistance. We know the trend is upwards. That part's no issues there. Thursday's drop was like every other stop on Thursday. Had a bit of a drop there. We've got some support here. Looks like in the 179.16 area. Drop down right in here, right? And there should be a little bit of something in right around this 180, 181 area as well. 181.32. A little bit of support there as well. Okay, I'm going to go further back to see what kind of do we have any other resistance that showed up in 2021 that was in this same area where price is right now. Kind of all in the same spot. Actually, it hit right over here. There's another line. Maybe this kind of feels momentum-ish. I'm not sure if y'all know y'all can't see these little bitty lines, but I'm looking for just peaks and valleys. There's one right here. Just looking for the high points. Looking for the high points. So this is July of 2021, and that's right where we are right now. This is at $185, and the current price is $185. Wow, check that out. Check it out. Check it out. Okay. See, it's right there, and it went above that, but it couldn't hold, and it dropped right back down to that resistance area, right? So the moving averages are still fanned out a bit though. And if we look at the moving average up here, the indicator shows that it tried to kind of go up a bit and kind of pull back to the line and then went up some more. So that it may have a little bit more upwards from as far as this moving average goes. Now remember, moving averages are just basically they're reacting to what's already happened. None of these indicators are indicators that tell you future moves. They tell you they take the information that's already happened and mix it all up and give you an answer. Okay. All-time high is the 180, 185 for now. Not all-time high. So maybe the 52-week high, because 2021, they got higher numbers, but that's more than 52 weeks. Okay. That was several years ago. All-time high or 52-week high is at 185 at this point. This went up as high as 186.27. Friday's candle went up as high as 186.27. Okay. If we were looking at Amazon, which we said we were looking at Amazon, what did we have for our, gotta go see our graphic, see what did we have for some strikes. The strikes I see for Amazon are 180, 177.5, 180. 177.5, 180. So 180 is down in here. There is support in this zone as well. I don't like to put a whole lot of lines on my chart because it can make your chart seem so crowded. And then if it's too crowded, when I go back, I have to take them all back off because I'm like, what is this? What is this? Anyway, this is support here at 180. So 177.5, 180 is on our graphic for a put credit spread for the week. All right, a put credit spread for the week. I think the second one I saw was Devon. We'll look at the weekly chart on Devon. If you're hanging out with me while I do this, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Right. If you decide you're grateful for what we got going on over here with my time that I spend on YouTube with us, send a sticker, send a super chat, send a thank you, Arlissa, for giving us your time. Send it over there if you don't mind. If you do, then we just hang out. It's cool either way. It's cool either way. This is a weekly chart, like I said. Got a little gap underneath last week and this week. We have a gap here. I'll make it a little bit bigger so we can see what's going on. As far as resistance goes, I go at 54 up here in the resistance area. Support, this is all momentum on the weekly charts. I would say some support is here. This long wick candle, October of last year, this long buyer, this was the week. This is the week's candle. So it went up, and then pulled back during the week. But if we're looking for support, we can find it right down here in the 46 area. And there's some more right here in this 47.68 area. There's support at $50 right here based on September. Sorry, that's August. Based on August of 2023, there's also some support here. That's the weekly chart. Let's switch over to daily. This is where that candle came from. That gap came from here. Okay, we got a few gaps going up, actually. A few of them are here. We had Thursday's pullback, not as drastic as everybody else's, doesn't seem like. Devin is energy, right? Yes, Devin is energy. Energy has been on a run. Energy has definitely been on a run. Okay, definitely been on a run. So, if we're looking here, this probably paused then here. Let me change, not that. I don't want indicators. I want to see this as a line. See how this candle, this line goes up and then pulls back and goes up again. This is like a chair or a pause or whatever you want to call it. Lets you know there is some support or resistance in here. Price got there and did some moving around. So I'm putting a line in here. So when I put it back on the candle, okay, quit doing that. Put it on the candles, Arlissa. You can see that right in here where this candle, this red candle paused and pulled back a bit. That's where you would see would be some support as well. So that support is at 52.63. For Devin, I've got 51.52 as our trade. 51.52. Put here. D, nope, I don't want you there either. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. Put credit spread. 51.52. Okay, so put credit spread. Put credit spread meaning you believe price is going to stay above 52 for the week. Or it's going to at least expire above 52 next week. That's the thought there for Devin. TJ Maxx. Anybody shop at TJ Maxx? Are y'all TJ Maxx shoppers? TJ Maxx, I always see that TJ Maxx seems to have the better purses. To me, they have better purses than Ross does. And they seem to have more expensive, that's not a word, more expensive jewelry. But they do have a lot of things for like skincare and stuff for the perfumes and all those things are there too. TJ Maxx. Who said they shop at TJ Maxx? Anybody? Tanya says yes. I do. Thank you, Janae. Tanya says, yes, I do. Okay, so here we are. This is TJ Maxx. Let's look on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, TJ Maxx went right up here to this resistance, boy, and pulled back. They said, we good. We good. And this zone goes up as high as 102 a few weeks back. But it got right up to this zone at 101.44 and pulled on back. Now we are at some support, which is almost, well, it actually hit the support and then wasn't able to stay there. Support is at 95.92. And it's actually been between this zone for several weeks. Been in this zone, but it's currently at the bottom of this entire little consolidation thing. Right at 96, where the support 96.81, where support is 95.92. So it's it's about $1 away from the support. Right. And you can see here that it actually hit the support area and rejected and went back up. I believe if we switch over to the daily chart, we're going to see a green candle pulled right back. See how it dropped into the zone and then pulled back on Friday. This zone is from March of this year. And also from January the 16th of this year. This zone has been touched a few times. This zone has been touched a few times. Let's put a few more lines on. I see some resistance here at 99.43 based on a few touches here, right? You know what? This is on the put credit spread list. If I was doing one more support, it would be based on these candles back here. We'll do one more in the 94 area. Our TJ Maxx trade says 94.95. 94.95 would be right in here, just above this line. I think that could potentially be good. It's already hit the support and rejected. Now, could it retest? Absolutely. PCS, what did I say? 94.95. TJ Maxx. $94.95. Believing it's going to stay above 95, or at least it'll be above 95 at expiration. Right, let's look at Oxy. Oxy falls in the fuel space, I believe. I guess that may be energy as well. Fuel and energy. There's some support. Got a few gaps here between some of these days. I see 67.54 as support. Oxy has 67.68 as the trade. 67.68 as a trade. You do know that gaps do provide some support, right? Gaps provide support. So there's a little bitty gap here. And that is between the top of this gap is 67.95 and the bottom of the gap is 67.73. So 67.68. If you don't like that if they feel like that's a little more uncomfortable than you'd want to be, of course, it's $2 below current price. Current price is 69. And we do see that they've had some green, lots of green, right? So I personally would feel comfortable. 68, a 70% probability out of the money. So let's know we got a 70% chance it's gonna be good. Shame on Gino for not meeting with Caitlin, who really wanted to attend our UConn. Oh my goodness, we're back to the basketball. That was Oxy. And who else did I say I wanted to look at? Goog. I was gonna look at Goog. You all are funny to me. Funny to me. Okay, so this is Google. Did we look at Google yesterday? Did we look at Google? Because this is like a chart we just recently did. This is feeling fresh. This is feeling fresh. Support is there. Let me put us our gapometer on here. I want a bit of gap here that's partially filled. Put on our gapometer and we'll put on our, I'll put it starting over here. Lets us know that the price could come in here like this first candle. Let me make this bigger so everybody can see what I just did. Support is inside the gaps at the quarter levels, 25%, 50%, 75% line, 100%. See how this price came in and the wick touched this first 25% line and then it turned around. It came back in a little bit and then went on up and it hasn't come back to the gap just yet. Not that it won't, it just hasn't come back yet. All right, gaps do like to be filled. So keep that in mind as we go. But at this point, we've hit resistance up here at the 156.30 and we've got support down at, I will put the support in this general zone 147. There's some in here too, actually. Some right in this zone, there's a lot happening. You can move some of these around. That one's 151. So for our Google trade, we got 149, 150 as our put credit spread trade idea there. PCS 149, 150. For the week, says you believe Google will stay above 150 or at least will expire above 150 this week. Google will expire above 150 this week. Yesterday, I thought we did Google too. So there's a chart. That's because Google are not, the charts look very similar, but they are not, they don't move at the same price. This is 152.50 and Google is at 153.94. They're not the exact same. They do move similar, right? They're not the exact same though, as we just saw. So GOOG is the one that's on our list. Okay, that's the one that's on our list. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, wait, let's look here at our start with the chart. Start with the chart is a free webinar on charting. Y'all see, I'm looking at some stuff and I'm not getting anywhere near as in depth as we can get when we're looking, when you're doing our good charting, when we're looking at support, resistance, trend lines. I called up a candle pattern earlier, some candles and what those mean. I'm looking at that. I mean, there's so many things. There's lots of indicators you can put on Bollinger Bands. You can put on so many indicators if you're looking for. We try not to do a lot of indicators. I try not to do a lot of indicators just because the indicators can make it a lot on your chart. Start with the chart.com. This is a free webinar that will show you the basics of charting, like what is a candle. It starts there. I start with what is a candle, and we go through it. It's about 30 or 40 minutes. It's not long. 30 or 40 minutes of starting with the chart. How do you maximize your profits? Hitting, when do you get into trades? When do you get out of trades? What's the best place to get in trades if you're looking for the best premiums? Now, I'm talking about from sellers because I'm a seller's coach. So I'm talking about things from sellers. But the start with the chart webinar, it can be for anybody because charting is to be used no matter what strategy you're using. You should be charting. You should definitely be charting. And I believe at the end of the webinar, I do talk about if you're buying, this is what you can do. If you're selling, this is what you can do. I believe that's in that webinar. I do so many different things like this. Sometimes I forget what's in which thing, but I'm pretty sure that's some stuff at the end of this start with the chart about which charting things you should do depending on what strategies you're using, right? That's important. That's important. All right. Start with the chart.com. You can head over there. And I spelled it out because, what's the name? Facebook's kind of funny about that link. I don't know why, but it's kind of funny about that link. So I can't write it out all the way. Can't write it fully out. The E2T membership is open. The E2T membership is open 9:39 or 9:30 in the morning. We do our morning calls. We do them via YouTube now. Weekly training calls. We're on Thursday evenings. We're on now at 8:00 because we're doing our 6 weeks coaching for options 411 for newbies. And if you missed options 411 for newbies, you can still jump on. If you still want to jump on and do options 411 for newbies, we did the first week, our first introduction to options. You could hop in on that option 411 for newbies. You can go to http educator to trader. And you actually can put in, if you put in the code Easter, you can still get the $50 off as a coupon code for $50 off. Okay, you can still join us up. We have a whole plan of our learning plan for the next. We got 5 more weeks now. And we got a whole learning plan for how we're doing that. And listen, if you're in my 6-week coaching, then hopefully you're doing your homework. There's homework. Everybody but Brian. Brian says he doesn't do any homework on the weekends. He does other things. So funny. Okay, so weekly training is on Thursdays. And then once a month, in our membership, we do the coaching calls. But then we have a Telegram, and I'm here and available. And people who, as we're trading, we all talk about stuff like that. And we're all here to help, and I'm here to help. So I'm available within the community as well. So I think that's worth a few dollars. So if you want to join up with the membership, feel free. Educatortotrader.com. You can join us for $97 a month. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes. Well, anybody got any questions? I'm actually going to shift to another gear here to see if we can find us some interesting trades for next week. I got our seller stuff in the graphic. We got that. But I started learning the strat. Anybody in the comment know anything about the strat? Now, I always do that. I'm learning the strat. So I'm just sharing with you now as I'm learning a little bit about it. And I was going to see if I could identify some patterns, if we can identify some patterns that may offer an opportunity for a trade next week. Let's go and let's see. Let's go and let's see. I need to share my screen or change to share on my screen. This is a graphic. I think it's very well done. A graphic for the strat, right? If you know about the strat, nobody in the comments say anything about the strat. Anybody know anything about strat in the comments? You can put me. I do. I've heard of it, but don't know nothing. I've heard of it, and I do know something. I like the fact so far that the strat is just very simple. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I believe the strat can be used for sellers. It can be used for buyers or sellers. And this is the thing. Sometimes the move on a particular stock warrants selling because the stock may not be moving much, may not be doing this thing, or it's going in one direction. That can work great. Sometimes, though, if it's moving hard one way, if it's like falling, some people say, falling off the bone. If you've heard it falling off the bone, then you might want to get in on a buying trade. Hey, Gianfranco, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? So yeah, I'm going to look for these patterns up here, the ones with the star next to them. I'm going to look for 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then a 1, 3. Okay, a 1, 3. I'm going to look for some of these. We'll pick a few stocks and let's see if we can identify some patterns that we're looking for. Okay, maybe a stock that will have a pattern. If we find a pattern we like, maybe we can see what would be a place or a price to enter. Okay, let's go. Let me see if I can turn on another. Let's see. Let me turn a different trading view so we can see what we need to see. I'll move it up there. Y'all okay with this? Y'all just looking with me. I can look. Of course, I can look in absence of my people, but I figured we could look together. Can look and see together. Turn off this dashboard. Okay. Where are we? Here we go. We're here. Populate. Bring us to the screen. There we go. Add to the stage. I'm using a free indicator on TradingView. It's called Strat Assistant. Strat Assistant is what it's called. I'm on the daily chart. Okay, Strat Assistant. If you see up here in the top, I'm using Strat Assistant as my indicator. These are the numbers. This is a daily chart, so all of these are numbered. We're looking for, let me make sure that we're clear what we're looking for. We're looking for 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's see if I can get us a smaller screen so that way we can, I didn't want it that small. Well, we can go here. That way we can, it's going to be easy to tell what we're looking for if we can put it right next to each other, huh? Okay, we got it. We're looking for a 2, 1, 2, just the ones with the stars. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2. So this is SPY. On the daily chart, SPY is at a 3-1. This ain't the one we're looking for. If there's a 1 at the end, we're not looking for that at all. Because the 1 at the end means it's not ready to trade yet. Okay, 1 at the end means it's not ready. So let's look. That was SPY. Let's look at Amazon. This is a 2-2. This is called a bullish continuation. That's not what we're looking for. That's this one over here. We're not looking for that one. That's basically means momentum is going. That's not what we're looking for, to jump in the middle of something that might exhaust itself and then turn back, and we're sitting there holding on. No. We can wait for Amazon. We can wait for the 2-1-2 reversal or the 2-2 reversal. See, at this point, the candle we're on is a 2. We need a 2-1-2 reversal or a 2-2 reversal. So it reverses going the other way. That will be an indication for us to make a move if that's the case. Okay, only what you said on Saturday training. Oh yeah. Let's see what else we see. Let's see what we see on Google. GOOG. I must have that another chart is running. Let me go close off that other chart. That's what's taking this so long to populate. There we go. I did not mean to close StreamYard. I closed the wrong thing. Oh my goodness. I was trying to close that chart. I looked down at my phone and it was like gone. Like, oh no, that wasn't the plan. That wasn't the plan. The plan was not to close StreamYard. Okay. So we've got 2-2. At this point, this doesn't work with nothing here either. We just got this continuation. That's not what we want. This would have been, though, if you're looking here, the 2-2 would have been the reversal, but we would have missed it because this is 2 and 2. You're going to this side. But now when it goes from the 2 to the up 2 to a down 2, this would have been a great place then for. So if we're using the strat for. If you're using the strat, I don't want that. If you're using the strat for selling, okay, let's say we decide here we were going to use it as a seller. We could have gotten here as our call credit spread once it got into the next one, because the entry on the 2-2 reversal, entry on 2-2 bearish reversal is the bottom of the green candle. Entry would have been the bottom of the green candle. So we would have moved this. This is where we would have looked at our place. And then I probably would have, you put your entry would be here at this blue and your stop would be up here at this green. Right? So this would have been this is the place of your stop. Or oh, come on. My fingers, I'm pushing the buttons faster than the computer is picking it up. This would be the stop or call credit spread strike. Okay, so if you were doing it as a buyer, this would be your entry for a put. If you were entering as a buyer. But if you actually could do it, your entry for the put or the call credit spread. Let me change. I want to add that to it. Or call credit spread. It'd be your entry for the put or the call credit spread. And then you use this 156 as your stop, or you can use it as your call credit spread strike. It goes for both. This is where I believe the strat can be used for buyers or sellers. But now that would have been if we had done it, if we had looked at Google on these 2 days. Right now we're on to another day. Opportunity lost. Opportunity lost there. We're gonna leave that. It's what we would have used that based on these 2 candles had we been doing it on Thursday. Had we been doing it on Thursday? Friday, no opportunity. No opportunity. Take these off. Come on, take them off. Come on, take them off. Why don't you want to go? The things I put on there don't want to get off. We're staying. I'm staying. They saying I'm staying. This is crazy. Okay, on to the next stock. Let's see what we see. We probably should pick something that has had some upwards and downwards movement. What would this be? If we were looking in here, this would have been the 212. Yeah. And we say 212 was up here somewhere. Oh, I think the 212 would have been, in fact, this would have been the bullish continuation. That's not the same ones we're looking for, but that is on the chart. 212 is up here. Basically, it's a bullish continuation move. It's bullish and it's continuing on up higher, which is what it did. It's exactly what it did. UConn is fine. Just got Sarah Strong. Y'all are still on the thing. Only what you said. Okay. Oh, no Jamie favorite. Okay. That water is way too sweet. I added a flavor packet to my water and then I squirted some too. It made it too sweet. Okay. What else do we want to look at? Let's see. What other stock do we want to look at? Let's check out AMD. Check out something in the semiconductor space. Here we go. We might have us an opportunity. Okay. 3-2. Did we see a 3-2? Where's our 3-2? We got 3-1-2. 3-2. Not so much. That's not really on here, is it? Here's a 3-2 bearish reversal. It is here. 3-2. But this one, okay, we got to be careful here. See, they got a little line they gave us. The app gave us a little line. This would be the entry. So this is 3-2. That's red. 3-2. This is a bearish reversal. So you can do entry for put or call credit spread. If we're going down, we got an entry for a put or a call credit spread. With the stop will be real high though, because you got to go to the top of. They give you the little thingy here, but then you would have to put your stop. If you were entering for a put, stop. I'll put stop loss, that people know what that is. Stop loss or call credit spread strike. So I want to go look. I don't have what's the name open, but I'll open it on my phone. I want to see if this entry, this 165.88 should trigger before you would enter this trade. So I want to see what would be what kind of premiums would be at AMD at, what's that, 182? 182. I'm going to go with the 1 week expiration. 182.5, 185 would be the vertical. There's $23 there now. Market's closed. 182.5/185. But this wouldn't be entered until the price was touching 160. It's already at 165, but it's above that now because it rejected at 165. So you want to make sure that it crosses 165.88 before you would enter that trade. So it's the last three candles. Yes, you're looking for the three. Well, you can look for the two candles. It's like this 3-2. This 3-2 reversal is right here. See this, Janae? I think that was Janae. Yeah. This is a 3-2. Sometimes it's two candles. Sometimes it's three. 3-2 bearish reversal. 3-2 going down. That's what this is here. You're not going to enter it until it passes the bottom of this three candle. That will be AMD going down for a put or using a call credit spread with your stop loss. Stop loss is going to be up here either way at 182. And your call credit spread strike would also be at that same place. Oh, let me see. Well, I'll tell you one thing because I didn't tell you this part yet. If you entered as a put, you'd want to see where would you go to take profit? Where would you go to exit? Right. This is one thing another thing I like about the strat is it gives you an entry, it gives you a stop loss, and it gives you a place to start looking as a target. And the next target for your exit would be here. Based on this candle, I'm going to turn that into a different candle. Different kind of horizontal ray. There we go. I'm going to put that here. Let you know that this is the candle that it starts at. This is the take profit. Take profit for the put. That's what this would be. And it's based on the next candle down. That would be your take profit. And if you were in a call credit spread, your price should be able to buy back and close. Who's got some questions? Anybody? I'm just talking away because I know we're all learning and I'm just talking about it. I think I'm making it clear, but if I'm not, just say a little something. Okay, let's look at another stock. It's another stock we want to look at. I just been picking ones up for myself. Let me see. Do I have comments? I went off that screen. Looked at the crypto space. We looked at. Let's look at Apple. See what Apple has to offer. I didn't mention SOXL today. Not SOXL. I didn't mention SoFi today. I really meant to talk about SoFi, and I will come back to it. So somebody remind me if I forget. But I want to go back to SoFi. SoFi is getting ready to have earnings at the end of the month. It's getting ready to have earnings. Those of y'all who know me know that SoFi, we got a thing. So they're getting ready I think they're coming out of their 780s. Okay, this is an inside bar. You don't trade on the strat. You don't do anything with a 1. If 1 is the last number, the last candle, you don't do anything with a 1. Now I'm on the daily chart. You could do this on the 4-hour, 2-hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. You could do this same thing on any time frame. I'm just looking at it on the daily chart, right? So we can see if there may be some potential swing opportunities. Something you can try in your sim. Listen, don't be out here trying. Don't trade place with me, Miss Silly. I'm kidding. Don't be out here trying it live unless you feel really comfortable and really confident. Okay. I don't see anything on Apple. I'm going to turn on this other indicator to see if I see anything here that's going to give us some some good stuff to look at. 2, 3, 1, no. 3, 2 up, 2 down. Tesla, we'll look at Tesla. I think that one may be what we need. Let's see if we can get Tesla. 2 up, 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. This goes right along with, where were we? 2 up, 2 down. So 2 bearish reversal. 2 bearish reversal. Now, we would have missed the entry because the entry would have been yesterday. Right here where the bottom of the 2, notice the entry is at the bottom of the green candle. So the bottom of this green candle is the entry. I'll type it here so we can see. I want y'all to be able to see at least what's happening. Entry for a put or call credit spread. To make sure I include both of those. That would have been the entry for the put or the call credit spread. And then the exit would be stop. I didn't tell you the stop loss, so let me see if I can tell you that. There are people who are talking about Tesla's got some more downwards motion. Got a little bit. It might pop up to 170, but it may go back down again. Where Tesla hadn't been down here in a while. Oh, there we are. See if I can get us some. What is the next downward candle? I don't see one. Where are we? This was the down candle we just talked about? Wait now. Yep, that's the one. We need something below this. The next candle down below this one would be, it's like it's one of these. Okay, now I need to make it bigger so I can see where I got that from. Come on. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. It's back a ways, so we're going to have to go back to find it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's do the slide. Come on, baby. Let's do the slide. I probably should have looked to see where we were in the months. I got a way to do it. Come on, Jesus, help us. There we go. Where are we at? Well, below 158. Bring this together. Where did I put the line? Poof. Line gone. Is it lower than that? Do y'all see where the line went? I don't see it. Okay, let's go back the other way. There it is. Where is this? April of 23. April of 23. Would have been down in here. That would be your, not really much lower than where we already are. We would have entered at this blue line here, and then exited. At this point, it's probably hit it on Friday. It hit it and bounced back up. This would have been the take profit place. Okay, this would be the take profit for your put, if you had a put. Okay, this would have been the entry. And that would have been, that one from way back in last year would have been the exit. Based on these two candles. And then I didn't talk about this. The top of this entry candle would be your stop. This would be the stop loss. or CCS strike. Two, one, three, three, two down, two down. I'm looking to see what's going on with the Amazon was up. We saw that. 213. We look at 312, not 213. 1, 2 down. T triple Q. 2 up, 2 down would be DraftKings. Oh, yep. I meant to get back to DraftKings too, because I know that DraftKings and XSP. DraftKings has still got some movement happening. And for those of you who are looking to trade DraftKings, which we have talked about it a bit in our community, my good buddy Janae likes DraftKings. I don't know if she likes it all that much or if she just mentioned it enough times that now I associate her and DraftKings together. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay. What we see here, 2 up, 2 down. Now, you also have to keep in mind what they call time frame continuation. So the weekly chart, I'm going to go back to the days. Let me go back to the days because that may not be what I wanted. I think I might have seen that, and that might have been on the weekly. 2 up, 2 down. It's right basically at the same place. But the time frame continuation is green. Basically, you got 2 up, 2 down. So it pulled back on Friday. But the time frame continuation says that everything is bullish. All of these time frames are bullish. So you want to have, let's say you got 2 up, 2 down. This lets you know that you want to go bearish, but the time frame continuation doesn't support that. The time frame is saying we're still bullish, but the candles are saying we're bearish. So this is one of the ones where you don't act on this until you get continuity between the candles and the time frame continuation. Don't want that. Here would have been a good example though. 2 down, 2 up. Actually, this candle, if we turn the strat off, I believe this candle is green. Where are you? Yes, that's a green candle. So even though it showed red from the strat standpoint, it's a green candle. So this is all going up, but this would have been the 2 down, 2 up, and then it's been up ever since. So let's look at what that would have looked like had we utilized this down and up. This reversal. This would have been a 2-2 reversal. Right? You would have entered at just above this red candle. So you would have entered here, right? Based on this candle here, that would have been your entry based on this red candle. I'm going to move this over to there. This would have been your entry. Let me make it bigger so everybody can see what I'm doing. Okay, this candle here, this red one, this red 2 down. Based on this green, you would have entered on the green candle based on the top of this red one. Let's type that in. Entry for a call or a put credit spread. Entry for a call or a put credit spread. And then we would have used the bottom of this candle as your stop loss for the call or put credit spread strike. Purple is just number 3. The three candles are purple. The candles that have a 3 next to them are purple. And I think the ones are white or something like that. So, okay, stop loss for the call would have been here, or the put credit spread. No. My computer's moving slower than me. There we go. And then your target going upwards would have been the next, not there, it would have been the next upwards move. I want to say it would have been up here. You would have entered here, right? Your next target would have been up here. Actually, you wouldn't have had this yet. If you were entering here, no. There we go. I couldn't get myself confused. These candles wouldn't even been here. If you were entering, okay, let's act like these 2 candles here weren't here. Right? We would have been entering based on this red candle, but we would have been entering on the green. So Wednesday, we've been entering on Wednesday, and our target would have been the next highest that was behind us, because you wouldn't have had those other candles. This would be your take profit. Your first take profit target would be the next one up, and the next take profit target would be the next one up. So, they give you more than one target. Act like these 2 things don't exist. This would have been a take profit target for the call. Take profit target. I'm going to put 1 next to it. Take profit target 1. Right. And then we can clone this. And this would have been take profit target 2. In case it kept going, which you can see it did. If this was your target, it went past that. And then it actually kept going past that. Right? The next target would be up here. But, if you get to take profit 1, you can put a trailing stop on and maybe do take profit 2, but you don't want to be too greedy, I don't guess, and just be riding along. If you get to your place where you can take your profits, you should. But this is what would have happened had you looked at DraftKings back these few days back. Would have been DraftKings. Is there a wick on the green candle? This green candle, there is a wick on this green candle. But that candle was forming that day. So you're not going to use your entries and stop losses based on this candle. You're going to use it on the same candle that you used for your basis for entry. Right? The same candle you use as your basis for entry. That's the basis for entry. That's the same candle you want to put your top and bottom on for your stop loss. The same candle, because this candle 2, you're entering on this candle, and all of it hasn't formed yet, so you don't know what's going to happen with that candle. There is a wick on it though. There's a wick there. So as you get, like after day 2, after this, you enter this and the day pass, you can move your stop loss up to the bottom of this candle after you're on to the next day. But then this candle right here went all the way up to 47.74. This candle went up very high on this particular Thursday. That candle went up pretty high. So you could, watch your, if you're somebody who watches your trades and you're watching price action and you know what candles are doing, you run a trailing stop if you wanted to do that for it. So again, you all see how it could be used for calls and puts. Calls, puts, call credit spreads, put credit spreads, be used for buying and selling. It can be used for buying and selling. And so we're going to look at XSP. I think I was looking on the wrong chart to see that there was a place that might be an entry opportunity. Yep. And there was. Let's go look though. I'm going to switch over to a 4-hour chart. Those are ones. We don't want those. Now, if one of these turns into a 2, if 2, 1, 2, if the next candle comes out to a 2, then we're going to have a 2, 1, 2 bearish. And 2, 1, 2 would have been bearish because this is down and then this would be up. So if you get a 2 as your next candle, then that could potentially work. Let's see what the Qs are doing. Same thing, inside bars. Let me turn back on the dashboard, see if we see anything of interest. All of these have ones at the end. You don't make any moves when a 1 is the last candle. No moves when there's ones. No moves. See, all these have ones because they had such a big move on Thursday. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I'll look at a couple more and then we'll wrap it up because I think yep. I think we got a lot of ones on the 4-hour chart. Of course, we can go down to let's go down to the 1-hour chart. See what we see up here. Okay, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down, 2 ups. We got maybe some morning opportunities. When you get to the 60-minute or the 1-hour chart, though, what you're also saying is these moves are probably going to work themselves out within 2 to 3 hours or 2 to 3 times whatever your entry is. If you're entering on an hour chart, then this next thing or whatever you enter on is probably going to work itself out within the next 2 to 3 hours of trading. So that means if you enter this, you expected it to do its same thing that same day, right? So if you're on a 4-hour chart, you expect it to do its thing within 8 hours, which will be the next trading day, right? 1-hour chart though means you are going to enter when it's supposed to be entered, and it's probably going to do its thing between 2 to 3 hours. That means you need to be able to probably planning to open and close. If you're doing a buy trade, you need to be ready to open and close it that same day, which means you don't want to do that in a margin account unless you're sure you good with 25K or you're gonna swing it. Or you can do it in a cash account if you're buying. If you're selling, y'all, we know how to work sales. Even if you're doing it the same day, though, you are gonna want to be mindful of your day trades. This is a 212 on AMD. This is a 1-hour chart. This is my last one. And we're going to see if we see something that may be an entry for tomorrow morning. Okay, AMD 212. What do we see here? 2 down, 2 down, 212. I don't know if we see 2. That's not a reversal though, is it? This is a bearish continuation, and there is a target on the second 2. That's not one of our starred ones. 212 going down means you would enter at the bottom of this candle here. You would enter at the bottom of this candle. So actually this opportunity hasn't passed. This would be the entry for a put. AMD. Entry for put or call credit spread. Okay, so this will be a multi-day. Yes, if you were doing it for the 4-hour or the 1 day, that will be a multi-day. If you're on the 1-hour chart, it may be the same day though. Okay, so that's the entry for the put or the call credit spread. This would give you this same candle would be your stop loss will be up here. That's a big far off stop, but stop loss or the call credit spread strike. That will be up here. Yeah, the one doesn't. No, wait. Let me see. I think I might have the entry. I think I might have the entry too low. Entry, according to that, is on the 2, on the 1 candle. Entry here, we're looking at this one over here. Entry is at the bottom of the 1 candle. Entry at the bottom of the 1 candle, which was basically where it was. It touched it on Friday and then rejected. And then the stop loss, I believe, would move us down to. If we're entering on this 1 candle, then our stop loss should be on this 1 candle. That don't make it quite so far away. Not quite so far away. Okay, so entry at 170.27 or the bottom of this candle, which is 170.29. We put that in here. The call credit spread strike is going to be about 171. I don't know if AMD at this level is a 2.5. You can do 170, 172.5 as your strikes. You're going to do that. Y'all, who got questions? I'm just talking away. I feel like AMD was the other one I put in the chat, and it was. All righty. As they say in church, we have done as the Lord has commanded, and yet there is room. We've been here an hour and a half. A lot of y'all rolled on out. Yes, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. All righty. So tomorrow morning, 9:25, Jamie, I don't know if he's here or not. He's probably watching basketball. Jamie is going to open up the call for us. We are definitely going to make sure that we look at, we're going to look at those watch lists from Peakbot. We're going to make sure that we do that. Ujane, I'm going to show you something. You might want to. Today might want to see this. So we're gonna look at one more because I said I was going back to DraftKings. Anyway, we're gonna do that in the morning. We're gonna do our morning call 9:25. We'll do our morning call. This is DraftKings. I don't know if anybody's really trading DraftKings. Are y'all trading DraftKings? Anybody? Based on the basketball y'all watching? Yes. DraftKings 212, 212, 212 bullish reversal right here. 212 bullish reversal right here. So 212 bullish reversal. Our entry would have been the top here. Would have been the top of this 1 candle. We move this down. This would have been our entry. Let me find my places so I can write notes. Entry for the call. And then the first target would have been here. First target would have been here. Okay, that would have been target 1, and target 2 would be here. Move this back. Okay, the entry for the call would be here. The take profit target. Actually, I need target 1. Let me see if I can duplicate this because that's not target 2, it's target 1. Target 2 can stay there. Target 1 would be here. So target 1 would have been at 47.25. It did get up there on Friday before market closed. This is the last hour of the day. So it got up there and then pulled back. Closed high. It closed here at this candle closed at 47.18. The second place for take profit would be up at the 47.34. That's DraftKings. Friday, DraftKings, okay. Today I'm gonna quit bringing up DraftKings. Even though it's for the basketball people, DraftKings has been on a nice little move because of basketball. This is when we take opportunities and we see, well, if something is going to lend itself, if you're going to lend yourself to us, then let's see what we can do. You could have entered for the call, of course, and entered for a put credit spread, done the same thing. And then you could have also taken that up to, at the end of the day, that would have been an end of the day trade to take just to close out the day. Short theta would have worked out perfect. Okay. All righty, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, right? Hang out with us. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:25. I want you to know that we here in the Educator to Trader community, we are concerned about staying green and getting this money. All right. I'll see everybody later. Y'all enjoy basketball. We'll talk in the morning. All righty. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.